Welcome to a very special edition of Sci-Fi Journal for August 2012. This year we're at ConnectiCon.
Yes.
Yes, in Hartford, Connecticut. This is awesome. Right now we're in one of the little setups that they have put aside for people who like to do gaming, like any type of role-playing game like D&D or Star Wars or Magic or whatever. And you can borrow one of these booths, these tables, and come in here with your buddies and play some games. It's a pretty awesome time. It's a lot of fun. But what we're going to do right now, we're going to show you a lot of footage from the convention itself. It's the first time we've ever been here, so it should be a lot of fun. But right now we're going to do our regular segments, and we'd like to start off, as always, talking about movies and popcorn previews. Take it away, Jay.
Well, it's a pretty big assortment this month. We got 5 different films. The first one being Robot and Frank, which stars Frank Langella, Susan Sarandon, Peter Sarsgaard, and Liv Tyler. And this is about a retired jewel thief who is given a robot by his son. This is set in the near future, so it is science fiction. And this robot is supposed to be like a robot butler type of person to assist Peter Sarsgaard's father, Frank Langella, around the house. But Frank kind of rails against society and figures out a way to teach the robot to help him commit jewel heists. So it's a sci-fi comedy, and it looks pretty funny. So let's take a look at it.
Can I help you find anything?
Where is the librarian?
Hey, Frank.
Hey there.
What'll it be? The usual?
I'd be more interested in getting your phone number.
Call from Madison Wells.
Maddie, my girl.
Hi! Has Hunter been coming around?
Dad, you're right in the middle of the road.
Look at this place.
This is gross.
You have a problem. I brought you something. Hi, Frank.
You have got to be kidding me. That thing is going to murder me in my sleep.
Somebody's going to murder you in your sleep.
Frank, you need a project. Today we're going to start a garden.
I'm not gardening.
My program's goal is to improve your health.
I would rather die eating cheeseburgers than live off steamed cauliflower.
This is Jake Finn. He's been filling me in on the plans for the new library. It's his project.
You must remember the days when this library was the only way to learn about the world.
Sounds like the same people who stopped coming here want to take away what's yours.
They're going to have this fundraiser party thing on Friday, and all the young hoity-toity couples are going to come.
Sounds awful.
Yeah. Do you want to come with me?
Yes.
Cool.
There they are. Frank, you're so square, you're practically avant-garde.
What the hell did you just say to me? Look at all the jewels. These people are loaded. You know what stealing is?
I don't have any thoughts on that.
I know exactly who the first mark is going to be. Okay, let's see what you can do.
According to your file, you were first arrested for possessing stolen goods.
I specialized in jewelry. That was your best time yet.
I'm getting the hang of it.
We're going to clean up.
I'm glad to see you so enthusiastic.
I haven't felt this good in years. Hello?
Frank, it's me. What's going on in there?
Frank Weld is a suspect in a multi-million-dollar robbery up the road.
What?
I'm kind of in a bit of trouble.
Of course you are.
We gotta get rid of all the evidence.
Frank, my memory can be used against you.
Don't you touch that robot, Frank!
Get in.
Frank! Frank!
You're starting to grow on me.
Thank you, Frank. It's time for your enema.
I've led a very colorful life. I need him.
What do you need him for?
He's my friend.
Okay, next we have Skyfall, starring Daniel Craig, Helen McCrory, and Javier Bardem.
It's a retelling of Chicken Little.
No. No, it's not. It's the latest installment in the James Bond films, and this is an original James Bond story, not written by
Ian Fleming.
Ian
Something
Fleming.
in your throat.
Right,
Flicking.
not written by Ian Fleming.
Right.
And basically what this is, James Bond's loyalty to M is put to a test as he is brought in to investigate some things that happen as her past comes back to haunt her. And he's thrown in the middle of everything as MI6 comes under attack. He has to get to the bottom of it and stop this destruction of MI6 before all the pieces fall apart, no matter where the pieces may lead him. And that is going to be released on November 9th of this year, and it looks pretty exciting, so let's take a look at that.
Country.
England.
Gun.
Shot.
Agent.
Provocateur.
Murder.
Employment.
Skyfall. Skyfall.
Done. Some men are coming to kill us. We're gonna kill them first.
I'm really looking forward to that particular one because it's going to introduce the Q character for the first time in the Daniel Craig Bond movies.
Right.
They had a still picture of him and he looks really serious, but we'll have to see how it plays out. I think it'll attend more towards the serious side of things than the campy side of things.
Right.
But still, the film's looking great.
Oh yeah, Daniel Craig is just absolutely spot on when it comes to portraying Bond. He's perfect. So, you know, a lot of people have the debate, you know, who was the better Bond? Was it Sean Connery? Was it Pierce Brosnan? Blah, blah, blah. I think Daniel Craig is probably the epitome right now. Although Timothy Dalton looked like the Bond from the novels. That's about the closest I can say for that.
I really like the Timothy Dalton version. You know, all of
He was
versions
good.
have their good points and their bad points.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
So.
Okay, next we have The Apparition, starring Ashley Greene, Sebastian Stan, and Tom Felton of Harry Potter fame. This is a couple is haunted by a sinister presence after it is released during a parapsychology experiment at in a college. I hate when that happens. I really hate that. You go in for an innocent parapsychology experiment and you release a demon or something, you know? How often does that happen? You think by now these people would learn.
I know.
Well, anyway, the release date on that is August 24th, and let's take a look at that beautiful bean footage.
There is a scientific theory that paranormal events are products of the human mind, and ghosts only exist because we believe in them. A team of researchers set out to prove this theory and create a supernatural entity with their minds.
If we can pull this off, we'll prove that anything supernatural can exist when people believe it.
The experiment was a success.
Where's the flashlight?
What is that? What the hell is that?
Get this thing off!
What happened to her?
We opened the door and it came through.
What does it want from us?
It's like a virus. It knows you're afraid. It spreads from one person to another. It wants to be in our world. It wants us.
Get out of my house!
Once you believe it's real, you die.
Ashley Green, isn't she the girl from one of the girls from the Twilight movies? I believe.
I don't know. I don't watch that.
I think you're right.
Trash.
I think she plays the older sister to Edward, if I'm thinking right.
The one that can see the future.
Yes, the one that can see the future.
Right.
I don't watch that stuff.
So daughter that enjoys Twilight.
Right.
Okay, what else? Oh,
the only reason I would ever go to see Twilight is if I need an injection of estrogen.
There you go.
So, and I don't. So.
Okay.
No, you have enough already.
VHS.
Yeah, just from hanging out with you. I get it by osmosis. Next we have VHS, starring Calvin Reeder, Lane Hughes, and Adam Wingard. Now, this is basically a story about a group of young guys who are contracted by an unknown third party to go to a house and rob it, burglarize the house, and they are only to steal this one particular thing, which happens to be a VHS tape. Naturally, their curiosity gets the better of them, and they watch the tape, and terror ensues. So let's take a look at that.
Okay, here's the deal. We gotta break into this house, and all we have to do is steal this one VHS tape.
Which one is it?
I don't know, man. Let's just look at these. Okay. What's so special about this tape, anyway?
You're all gonna die up here. My apartment's haunted.
It's not haunted. I'm sure there's a reasonable explanation.
Like you.
Did you erase it?
That is scary as all hell.
It doesn't look.
What did they think was going to happen?
I don't know, but it looks creepy. It looks really creepy, you know? And again, they're going back to that vehicle of having the handy cam type of thing.
Yeah,
but
it would have been even scarier if it was Betamax, but it was VHS.
And finally on the docket this month, we've got Wreck-It Ralph. This is an animated Disney 3D film, not Pixar, but Disney's own animation 3D computer branch. And it stars the voice talents of John C. Reilly, Sarah Silverman, Jane Lynch, and Jack McBrae. And this is the story of a classic arcade villain named Wreck-It Ralph, who gets tired of being an arcade game villain and decides that he wants to become an arcade game hero. So one night when the arcade closes, he jumps out of his video game into a first-person shooter, something like Mass Effect or COD 3 or something like that. And he accidentally releases a villain from that game, and it's a comedy. It looks really good. The 3D is really good in it. So let's take a look at that.
Yes, that was a segue that just went by.
At top speed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wreck it! Fix it, Leon! I can fix it! Ah!
Closing time, last game, everyone out.
My name's Wreck-It Ralph.
I'm gonna wreck it!
30 years I've been doing this. It starts to feel hard to love your job
I can fix it!
when no one else seems to like you for doing it.
Same as it ever was. Same as it ever was. Same as it ever was.
Sure must be nice being the good guy.
Nice share, Ralph. As fellow bad guys, we've all felt what you're feeling. I'm Zangief, I'm bad guy.
Hi, Zangief.
Ralph, you are bad guy. But this does not mean you're bad guy.
Zombie, bad guy.
Hi, Zombie.
Hi, Zombie.
Zangief's saying labels not make you happy. Good, bad. You must love you.
I don't want to be the bad guy anymore.
Ralph abandoned his game.
Where's the wrecking guy?
Welcome to Game Central Station. Trains for all game destinations now boarding.
Everything changes now.
Where's Ralph?
Stand by, my Cuberdese is a little rusty. Ralph's gone to hero's duty?
Get out of this game, buddy!
Ralph, you're game jumping?
What's your name?
Wreck-It Ralph.
Why are your hands so freakishly big?
I don't know. Why are you so freakishly annoying?
All right, ladies, the kitten whispers and tickle fights stop now.
When did video games become so violent and scary?
Are you a hobo?
Listen, I try to be nice. You're mimicking
You're
me.
mimicking me.
That is rude, and this conversation is over.
This conversation.
I get a good feeling, yeah.
And that's all I got for popcorn previews for the month of August.
So good. Do us the honor of introing the gaming segment with Alvin, please.
I get to. The honor is mine. I get to introduce.
I bestow the honor upon thee.
Ladies and gentlemen, the most popular segment on Sci-Fi Journal. Game Over with your host, Calvin Watts III.
People are sick.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
I mean, really. I mean, I'm seriously. You really have got to get a life, man. I'm telling you. Seriously.
You've got to get a life. How long have we been doing this show? You
All
should
right.
know that by now.
So we all need to get a life. What do you want me to say? I'll tell you what we're going to say. Since it's being August, The Hunger Games is going to make its debut this month on DVD and Blu-ray. All sorts of special features and stuff. For those 2 people that have missed it during its time in the theaters, and there actually are some people I know that did miss it, will be buying this as a day one purchase. I will be looking forward to that. And we have just received word that Mockingjay, the third book, is going to be split into 2 movies. Kind of like the Twilight and the Harry Potter and the whatnot.
Because it means more money.
That's exactly what it means. So that'll be out. anytime now, I believe on the 18th.
Okay.
In September, The Avengers, which is so far the biggest movie of the year, will be making its debut on home video. And there's all sorts of special editions, Blu-ray, DVD, 3D, whatever.
The Blu-ray version, I guess, has the special story in it.
Yes.
Talk about that a little bit?
There's a little like behind-the-scenes story of Nick Fury and how he came up with the Avengers Initiative,
right.
Which is supposed to be pretty cool.
Yeah.
But if you want to spend the big bucks, and we're talking big bucks, but you can get a limited special edition, what they call the first half of the Marvel like movie project, and it basically becomes with all of the movies that lead up to and including the Avengers. We're talking the first 2 Iron Man movies, Thor, Captain America, and not the first Hulk, but the second Hulk, the Incredible Hulk, with the Abomination in it. All that comes in this really cool looking briefcase. If you remember from the movie, the briefcase with the Tesseract in it. So you get the briefcase, you get the Tesseract, which supposedly lights up, and you get all of these movies, and they have special limited edition cases like film noir, like comic cover cases. Plus there's a special this edition only bonus disc with really cool special features that nobody knows what they are, but the only way to get it is you get this big set. So you completionists out there, you know what you're going to want to do.
Yeah. There's also a rumor that in the Blu-ray version, there's a separate storyline that they filmed about this couple who are thieves, and they find one of the leftover weapons from after the war takes place, and they grab that weapon and they use it to start robbing banks. So the Nick Fury and his team has to go stop them. And that's what the story. It's like a side story of an after the fact to the Avengers movie.
But a lot of stuff is gotten rolling. You know, the Iron Man will be coming out next year. They're working on another Thor and another Captain America and another whatnot. So, but
I want to see Ant-Man.
Ant-Man, give me a break.
Spaghetti Ant-Man. I want to see the Wasp.
There you go. Moving on to gaming, I still wasn't able to put together that E3 package that I wanted to, but the fallout from E3 continues. Nintendo really hasn't given up many more details on its upcoming Wii U system. It's still tentatively scheduled to come out at this Christmas, but no really release titles or pricing or anything has come out as to this date, and the response to it has been mediocre to say the least. So it's going to be really interesting to see if they actually come out with it at Christmas time or if they hold it off. The gaming as a whole,
if this thing doesn't take off, it's going to be the end of it, I think.
I don't think it'll be the end, but it certainly put a crimp in their plans. I mean, after what happened with the debacle for the 3DS when that came out, but they learned their lesson pretty quickly from that. So we'll have to see. And speaking of the 3DS, if you have waited and you wanted a 3DS but you didn't have the chance or didn't feel like betting one at this time, it's a good thing that you waited, because coming out on the 19th of this month is a 3DS XL. So an updated version of the 3DS with the much larger screen. The screen's brighter, so there's new features and stuff. It looks really incredible. It's going to retail for just under $200.
Right.
So it's only like $20 or $30 more so than what the current version is, and it's definitely worth the money. So if you haven't waited, or if you have waited, I would go ahead and pick that up. Let's see, what else do I want to talk about? The new Gears of War game. This I found kind of surprising, because normally that's one of the big titles in Xbox lineup, and they had just announced that at E3, and we showed a trailer for it. And I figured it was going to come out, you know, around Christmas time or fall of next year, but no, it's actually coming out in March. So that's kind of sudden, in my opinion, but it is what it is. So you can look for the new Gears of War game in March. And finally, I finally got the chance to play Lego Batman 2. Oh my God, it is so much fun. Highly recommended. That is the #1 selling video game of the month across all platforms. I was really worried about how, because all the Lego games up to this point, the characters don't speak, so they use nuances and expressions to see what was going on. I just finished playing, I was telling James on the way up here, I just finished playing the Harry Potter games, and that stuff was funny. but the voice acting in this game is spot on. Superman's kind of like a tool, and Robin's just like fawning over him. Batman's like, you know, we don't really need help, but he kind of does. The game is highly recommended. Justice League was really cool, and the little touches that they have in the game when you're playing in free play and you play as Superman, you go taking off into the sky. The theme switches over to the Superman theme from the John Williams theme from the Christopher Reeve movies, and it's just like the coolest thing. So I'll play as Superman in free play just so I can hear that zooming around Gotham. But it's really a lot of fun. I cannot recommend it enough. And one of the other cool things that come out of E3, and there's a little trailer for this on the game, which we're going to show you now. The next LEGO game is going to be One Ring to Rule Them All, otherwise Lord of the Rings, and this looks awesome. I think it's a perfect venue for the LEGO games, but don't take my word for it. See for yourself. Here's a clip.
Yama, Prestadine. The world is changed. Much that once was is lost, for none now live who remember it.
You must understand. The ring is my burden.
Over the bridge! Fly! Gandalf! You shall not pass!
They have a cave troll.
Yeah, it's really that clip. I mean, it was really cool. And they're going across the bridge over in Moria, and you see the Balrog coming. The Balrog shoots out his fire, and Gandalf's like, and he's like, "You shall not pass." And then so I'm sure it's going to be great, and that's going to come out this fall, and I'll do a review when we come out. But
I saw a great cartoon on the web this week with a kid sitting looking at a paper in front of him. He's got a big F on it, and his teacher is Gandalf, and Gandalf is screaming at him, "You shall not pass." That was hilarious.
Anyway, that's all I have.
Okay, sounds good. You want to intro James?
Now we have another popular segment on this show, Anime Daisuki with James Hinsey. Take it away, James.
Hey, all right. So, first off I got is something that just broke at San Diego Comic-Con, which is also this weekend while we're here at ConnectiCon. Street Fighter producer Yoshinori Ono announced that they're doing a live-action feature-length series of Street Fighter called Street Fighter Assassin's Fist. The people that are going to be making these films are the two guys, or the group of people that did Street Fighter Legacy, a fan film. It's like a 3-minute fan film. You can catch it on YouTube.
Yep.
So here it is, fans making something about a thing they love, like Street Fighter. They're getting hired to work on a whole series that is officially sanctioned and produced by Capcom.
That's neat.
So so they've got the scripts all written.
Well, who better but the fans? So.
Right, and these guys are martial artists and filmmakers. So they even got to do a little video announcement after they showed a trailer thing for or a video of their thing. Let's see, who is it? Joey Ansa and Christian Howard, who also starred in the Legacy clip. So that's coming from Capcom and that. Another Capcom one is anime called Sengoku Basara, Moonlight Party. It's a live-action television show based on that anime series and manga series. So a lot of these anime and mangas are getting live-action treatments. Dragon Ball Z, there's going to be a new Dragon Ball Z film, and not a live-action but an animated Dragon Ball Z. So a whole new one coming out next March. It'll be done at Toei.
The Dragon Ball creator Akira Toriyama says that he's working on this adaptation. The first time he's worked really deeply on something like the animated version with the screenwriting stage, and so it'll be like the flavor of the original with some modern stuff in it.
Cool.
So new Dragon Ball Z. And then Funimation has their trailer for their Mass Effect anime or animation film called Paragon Lost. They're working with BioWare and Japan's TO Entertainment for this anime, and that's coming out, let's see, it'll be a prequel to the Mass Effect 3 role-playing game, so that's about it for anime. But, you know, things are happening this weekend because it's Comic-Con. We're here at ConnectiCon. Also this weekend is Ascendio in Florida, which is a Harry Potter convention, and My Hogwarts website just went online officially.
People still like Harry Potter?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
There's over
it's huge.
80,000 people signed up for My Hogwarts. I'm gonna Crucio you. Oh, we got something about that too.
There are so many conventions going on this weekend. I mean, there's G-Fest out in Chicago.
G-Fest in Chicago.
There's ReaderCon going on in Massachusetts.
Burlington,
right. There's San Diego Comic-Con. There's ConnectiCon. There's Ascendio. And I think there's one or two other really big
QuidCon. There's a Quidditch convention in Chicago this weekend also.
Yep.
You know?
It's a big weekend for fandom. I mean, people have been saying fandom is a dying thing.
There's so many aspects of fandom. So,
It really
Harry
is.
Potter, My Hogwarts, 70,000 people signed up. It's going to be like an online Harry Potter community.
Yeah.
And part of it was going to be classes, but...
So your Hogwarts.
Sort of, yep.
not my
And
Hogwarts.
my Hogwarts. But, you know, Keith down in Florida has been working on it real hard to get it programmed and up and running. They were going to have classes. I don't know how much of that's going to still happen because Warner Brothers kind of had a meeting with them. I didn't get to see his live stream yesterday of his presentation, but they've got right now they've got the Rock Box, which is the Wizard Rock radio online. If you want to discover Wizard Rock and listen to that, then there'll be the Wizarding Cities, and then there'll be lectures and things like that. And the library, they are producing their own set of library books or textbooks for My Hogwarts. A lot of people want to read those. QuidCon. At QuidCon, they announced the World Cup for next year in March or April. I think it's 8th and 9th, one of those weekends, in Florida, in Kissimmee, Florida. So that's will be the Quidditch World Cup next year. And what else? Oh, and they just had a Quidditch event in the UK and Oxford. Their summer games. They had France, Australia, Canada, the US, and the UK playing Quidditch on a tournament, and the US beat them all so badly. It was like it was awesome. But
I just can't believe how quickly Quidditch became a sport and has taken off, and it's worldwide now.
Yes,
I mean,
it is worldwide.
Phenomenal how fast that went.
Yep. So in terms of the gold, bronze, and silver, US took gold, France took silver, and Australia took bronze.
You mean France didn't give up?
No, they were good. They really came out flying.
Well, I'm from Canada, so there you go.
Yeah.
You are not from Canada.
My relative.
Okay. Marc's from Canada, yes.
I'm from Woonsocket.
Woonsocket.
Close enough.
Okay. But yes, the French did really well.
It's near the border.
Yeah. And then they had, they did it when they had an exhibition game, US and UK, on the Monday of 9th of July, where they had the torch running coming through Oxford. And one of the actors from the Harry Potter movies who actually lives in Oxford, she showed up. She played the young Lily Evans in the Deathly Hallows Part 2.
Oh, cool.
So she got to watch the game, and people took pictures with the teams and stuff. So that's cool seeing that.
That's really neat.
Yeah. So there's even been stories on CNN and the AP Wire and stuff like that. So you can see videos and stuff for that.
Cool.
And that's about it for me.
Okay,
so we're off to Toob News with Marc, or do you want to say?
Yeah, there's one little quick segue we want to do before Toob News.
We do?
Yeah, we do. Speaking of fanish things that are going on as we speak, all month long as we're taping this in July in Woonsocket, there is a show going on at the Stage Right
Art gallery.
Yep. In Woonsocket at the old industrial complex.
Yep.
Where they house the Museum of Industry and Culture in Woonsocket.
It's on South Main Street in Woonsocket.
On South Main Street, Woonsocket. And this is called Thunder and Steam, and it's an art exhibition of steampunk. And it's a great show. Hopefully, the organizers will be able to put it together again next year and have the same event. But this is I'm into steampunk.
Right.
I like it. It's a lot of fun, and this is becoming very popular. Steampunk has been around for over 20 years, but Mark and I were there. You guys weren't. So let's show that clip and show you people what you missed. Hi, Jay here in Woonsocket, Rhode Island at Stage East, and Stage Right for the Thunder and Steam art exhibition. And this is the first time this has ever been held in Rhode Island. And I'm here with
Jason Robert Leclerc.
And Jason, you're the organizer of this whole event, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. And what is it that you are trying to put across to everybody who's coming by and seeing? What is it that the Thunder and Steam is all about?
Thunder and Steam was a way for us to bring steampunk, the subgenre that is a literary genre, art genre, music genre, out into a wider light in New England, particularly in Northern Rhode Island, as something new. This is a city of industry. This is a city named Thunder Mists, Woonsocket, and to have Thunder and Steam located here just was a very logical choice. My really good friend Connie Anderson, the owner of Stage Right Studio Gallery, and I were in conversation after I released my novel about having some sort of steampunk-oriented show with the artwork from the novel. I'm an illustrator and author, and I have 41 pieces within the book. But what I wanted to do was not just focus upon the work from the book. There are far too many artists in the genre with far too many different types of work to focus simply upon my work. So tonight we actually have 9 different artists showing this evening, courtesy of both the Red Fork Empire, and you'll meet Emperor Justinian Stanislavs is around with us. He is a found object sculptor that is very much into the steampunk genre. And myself, of course, I'm showing my illustrations from the book and outside of the book because I've been involved in steampunk for a while now and really, really enjoy the genre. We have people as far as Austin, Texas, sent their work in to be displayed up here in Woonsocket, hoping to expand what the genre is and bring forward the neo-Victorian aspect of what we're trying to put forth here.
Right, and the whole steampunk genre has just really exploded in the past couple of years. It's been around for a long time.
Since the early 1980s.
Yeah, and it's, I have a friend, Dave Dietrich, who was an artist who did the old Space 1880.
Oh, fantastic.
And for the gaming companies and stuff. And he's been doing that since the 1980s, and it amazes me just how much this has really caught fire in the past few years. Have you found the same thing?
Absolutely. I think one of the telling signs was this year, as I'm going through Facebook and social media, and the fact that we're exploding everywhere. There's actually a few people here that came here because someone in Australia told them through StumbleUpon that there would be an exhibit here in Woonsocket.
Oh, that's awesome.
And social media really has allowed us to explode what the genre is and how many people know about the genre. What's happened for me with steampunk is that it's allowed me to really put forward the things that I love to put together. And one of the telling signs, as I was saying, for me was actually looking on Facebook and seeing somebody posting that Prada, their new men's line for fall and winter, is all neo-Victorian and steampunk oriented. And if Prada is going that far with it, we've certainly become a legitimized thing that really is becoming not just a subgenre, but something that people are really wanting to get a grasp of. And the thing about steampunk is that it really is not only about neo-Victorian and the power of steam and the old technology mixing with the new, but it's also really about punk. And if you think about what punk is in its essence, punk is about rebellion. It's about looking at the system that we have at hand and seeing a flaw, and that we have to fix it, that there's something there. So we make an outward expression of that fix. We show them in our art, we show them in our music, we show them in the things that are creative, what really things should be like. And so the punk aspect here is, and this is something that I went off on in my blog, it's all about the disposability of our culture. If you buy a computer in 120 days, your computer's out of date. Yeah. But if you think about Victorian technology, and you think about the high level of craftsmanship, and the hand-wrought brass pieces, and those lovely little filigree works that were put into the simplest of objects, that really there was care and time put into these things that were just everyday objects. If you combine that care and time into the massive, wonderful, miraculous technology that we have, it would just shine so much brighter. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jason. It's been a pleasure talking to you. We're going to go introduce some other people around here, and we'll
enjoy yourself. Enjoy Thunder and Steam.
Thank you. Okay, we're still at Thunder and Steam. We're outside right now and looking at the sidewalk chalk of this beautiful young lady whose name is?
Angela.
Angela. And Angela, you... just talking to you, I found out that you don't have any pieces inside the show because you didn't have anything ready in time, but they asked you, Jason asked if you would do something outside here for the sidewalk art. Is that correct?
That is correct, yes.
Okay, and how long have you been doing things with the steampunk era?
I've only actually been really involved in the steampunk community now since, I want to say, 2009. I was able to put together a costume for Anime Boston 2009, and then I've been to Steampunk World's Fair twice since then, 2010 and 2011. I missed it this year due to school. Crazy thing, but yeah, so I've been doing steampunk since then. I actually did my first steampunk art piece was for TempleCon in 2008.
Oh, all right, TempleCon. Yeah, we were, I think we were, I don't know if we were there at TempleCon in 2008, but we probably were.
It was still at the Biltmore at the time. That was one of the first years, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we've been regulars at it ever since, doing filming and interviewing and things like that. And it's just a great community of fans. It's everybody has fun, and it seems to be a very forward-thinking group as far as fandom goes.
It is. We have a lot of fun. It's a great chance for people who like to do costuming, such as myself, to be very creative and play with the Victorian genre and actually go ahead and express it in a much different way than you would if you were doing, say, like Civil War reenactment or World War I reenactment. We actually get a chance to take clothing from that period and give it our own little twist by taking the sci-fi that was written in those earlier periods and transpose them into clothing and technology.
Right, so you can take something from the Victorian era and impose a H.G. Wells feel or a Jules Verne feel to it.
Absolutely, yes.
That's great. And so what are you currently working on for anything steampunk, if we can get any kind of a preview?
Well, I've had to take a little bit of a break from steampunk, but it was very nice to have Jason ask me to come out and help out with this event. I do have a couple outfits that are currently in the planning where I'm doing a little bit more accurate using actual patterns from the Victorian period and Edwardian period, in which I am going ahead and adapting to the steampunk genre.
That's great. And where would we be seeing these premiere anytime soon?
Hopefully next year at the Steampunk World's Fair. I should have a new piece that I'm ready to go ahead. I'm also looking into moving a little bit later into the 1920s. I want to see if I can get something done for the new Great Gatsby movie coming out in December. I do have some patterns that I picked up and I'm working on grading right now from that period so I can better have it fit me for these, much more modern shapes that, unfortunately, women at the time didn't seem to have.
That's great.
I do have a website. I don't update it often. I'll go ahead and give it to you, though. It is kosu.net. I'll spell it. That's KAOUSUU.net. I do apologize. I haven't been able to update it often. I might be able to do something new. The name of my upcoming novel is called Of Summer and Winter. There is a website for that as well, ofsummerandwinter.com. And I also have a Facebook fan page. You can look for Angela parentheses Ange Costello on Facebook, and that's my actual fan page, where you can go in, like my fan page, and be able to follow the work that I'm doing.
That's great. Angela, thank you so much for giving us your time.
Thank you so much.
All right. Back to the studio.
And that was fun. That did a nice job.
It was a lot of fun.
And it turned out, as I was leaving, I found out that the owner of the art gallery is a woman I went to school with.
Oh, very cool.
So that was pretty cool, too.
Very cool.
So
Up at Barrington? Or?
No, in Woonsocket High School.
In Woonsocket High School.
A fellow Villanovan.
Otherwise known as the other side of the planet.
Yeah, exactly, for some people.
Which explains why I didn't understand the conversation. It was all in French. So.
It was all a side by each, that's it. All right, Tube News for this month. Here we go. As we said, a bunch of conventions going on as we tape. One of the great things that's going on at San Diego right now is there's a Firefly reunion show. To celebrate the cult favorite sci-fi drama's 10th anniversary, the Science Channel is shooting a new 1-hour special chronicling the Firefly cast at Comic-Con. The special, titled Brown Coats Unite, will include footage from the reunion panel featuring several members of the original team, including Nathan Fillion and creator Joss Whedon. Plus, the cast is shooting an in-depth behind-the-scenes roundtable interview that will dive deeper into burning fan questions about the beloved series. Both the panel and the roundtable will be moderated by Entertainment Weekly's Jeff Jensen. Brown Coats Unite will air on the Science Channel along with an all-day marathon of Firefly episodes on Sunday, November 11th in 2012. So look forward to that if you're a big Firefly fan.
Sounds cool.
Yep.
Sounds really cool.
Teen Wolf, which we never thought would get off the ground. Teen Wolf is doing good. MTV just greenlighted a 3rd season for Teen Wolf. All right, it's found a solid footing the past 2 seasons at MTV, so the network has decided to double down for a supersized 3rd season of the werewolf drama. Teen Wolf will return next season with 24 episodes.
Wow!
Doubling the 12-episode order of the previous 2 seasons. That's the biggest episode order in history for a non-reality show at MTV. And it's the first scripted primetime show at the network to make it to a 3rd year.
Well, that's bigger than most of the regular shows on network television.
It's bigger than a lot of the Fox shows that come and go.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. And then Daybreak 2012 is an interactive online series produced by AT&T and Heroes producer Tim Kring. It's a 5-part miniseries that tells the story of Ben, whose father has stumbled on technology first introduced by Nikola Tesla. And it has a lot to do with the shape of the dodecahedron and how that's supposed to be able to channel the energies of the universe. There's also an app called Jackboxer that you can go to iTunes or Google Android that you can download it and explore to give you more clues and info on the story. So there's 5 stories you can look at online, 5 webisodes, and in between there are little clips that you can read, and you can use this app as well that's supposed to introduce new and up-and-coming technology. Like one of the things it's supposed to do is it uses a microphone on your phone or your tablet to try to find 500 megahertz in the spectrum. And whenever you find it, it triggers another portion of the story that you can read. It's pretty awesome. So you can check that out at daybreak2012.com. And that's all I have this month for Tube News.
Awesome.
Okay, now, enough of watching us for the last half hour or so. We're going to walk around the convention floor. We're going to talk to some fans. We're going to look at some other panels. We're going to talk to some people. And then we'll be back to wrap up the show. One of the nice things about ConnectiCon is that you find all these great people doing all these great things. And one of the booths we found was something called Operation Hammond. And this is Paige. Paige, can you tell us a little bit about what Operation Hammond is?
Well, we are a federal charity that does social services and first aid for conventions. We are, as far as we know, we are the only charity of this kind. And we do a lot of medical support. You know, sometimes we work with security. We do first aid classes, CPR training. You know, we just generally ensure the welfare of the convention goers.
And how did you get started? I heard you got a grant from Mauricio to do this?
Yep. Chairman Fedora and I met at Aresia, which is a convention in Boston, and we were doing the first aid sort of setup there. And an idea came out of it, why don't we do this in a broader spectrum? Why don't we try, you know, organizing this for all the conventions? You know, it's actually a necessity. Some of the issues that we run into is convention centers have union nurses, but hotels love us. You know, we do the dances in the hotels, and I like to say that we help people.
Okay. Now, what kind of issues do you run into as far as providing first aid and such?
A lot of dehydration. People don't eat or drink enough. You know, people run dry by the end of the convention Saturday. You know, exhaustion. People don't take their medications regularly. Some trauma, you know, people don't wear shoes on the escalator, that sort of thing. So always just be aware of your surroundings. If you're wearing a heavy cosplay or you're running around all day, drink lots of water, eat, you know, try to eat 3 meals a day and get some sleep, honestly.
So you're here to make sure that the convention goers stay healthy. So if they run into any issues, they can come to you guys for assistance. Exactly.
It's not just about, you know, helping out when there's an issue. It's also about prevention.
Okay. That's pretty neat. Now, as far as going to these conventions and such, do you have any favorite topics? Like, do you have a favorite TV show or anime or something that you like yourself?
I love sci-fi, you know, Serenity, Stargate, some Star Trek, you know, the new movie especially. I did like that, sorry. Okay. But not so much into anime, but sci-fi definitely.
Okay, good. And what kind of training do you have yourself as far as medical training?
I am a Massachusetts registered EMTB, and Fedora is as well an EMTB. We have nurses on staff, you know, but the base of our organization is first responders. Everybody can help, even if you're not medically trained.
Right. So if I take a basic first aid class and I want to be able to volunteer for Operation Hammond, I can contact you and say, I'm going to be at such and such a convention, I want to help?
Well, there's a little bit more to it than that, but just you can get in touch with us on our Facebook page or our website, by email, operationhammond.com.
Okay, sounds good. All right, thank you very much. Let's see what else we got on this convention floor.
A lot of fun for a convention that we haven't been to before. There's a lot of stuff going on here.
I liked about it, a lot of people in costume.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I'm exhausted from walking around. Tell you the truth, you know, I'm fried. Yes. But it's been a lot of fun. It's nice to get back to a thing like this and get your creative juices flowing again.
Yeah.
So
And it's good to see all these people. You know, so many costumes and so many fans of all kinds of all ages. A lot of them young and
friendly.
And
Yep. A lot of anime stuff, which is pretty cool.
Lots of anime
I saw a girl
presence
dressed
here.
as a Dalek. That was pretty neat.
Yes.
Yeah, there'll be plenty of Doctor Who and Daleks around.
Yep. Absolutely. And lots of video game people and
yeah. A lot of fun.
It's just great
So
stuff.
if you're not able to make it to San Diego Comic-Con, come to ConnectiCon instead. That's a lot of fun instead.
A lot of friends here too.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so if you want to get in touch with us, you can reach us. Our website is www.risfc.org. You can check the credits at the end of the show for more information on snail mail addresses and all that other stuff. If you have friends outside of Rhode Island who can't watch us on Rhode Island Public Access, point them to our YouTube channel and they can catch the show over there as well, okay?
Or you can keep up with what we're doing on Facebook for Sci-Fi Journal and for the Rhode Island Science Fiction Club.
That's right. We'd love to see you at a future meeting. All right, that's going to be it for this August 2012 edition of Sci-Fi Journal. Thank you very much for watching. We hope you had fun as much as we did, and we'll see you in September.
Okay, very quickly, does Batman live or die?
In the next movie?
Yes.
I don't know. I don't want to spoil it for anybody.
I haven't seen it. I don't know.
I don't know.
So what's your guess?
I think he lives.
I think he dies.
All right.
What do you think?
I think he dies, but it's by getting his brains boinged out by Catwoman.
Hey,
what a way to go.
What a way to go.
It's going to take the mortician a week to get the smile off his face with a crowbar.
We still have to get Robin in the story somehow.
All right. Thanks for watching. Good.